I'm Chaz Birkenstock coming to you from smoggy Salt Lake City, Utah. This is Topic Roulette with your host, Jacob the Mormon.
Thank you for joining us tonight on Topic Roulette. For those of you who don't know, Topic Roulette, 33 topics, 5 men, endless opinions.
Slightly gay.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Thomas Soul Gas. If you don't have Soul Gas, you're nothing.
Goddamn right.
So we're going to let our guest choose the first topic out of the magic moonshine jar.
Here we go. I'm going to make it random.
Jacket.
Give it a Mason shake.
Stroke
it's a Mason jar.
Yeah, I'm pulling mice out of jars, but this will work too.
What do we got here?
Wow. Joseph Smith Jr.
Whoa.
Woo! Represent.
Joseph Smith Jr., the Joseph Smith, founder of the Mormon Church. Just a little recap. Because he's a junior. His
Yeah,
father.
I had no idea.
And his son is Joseph Smith III, just so you know.
The Trace.
Stupid.
And Steve Young, Brigham Young's
great-grandson.
right on.
Anyway, so let's get right into it. Little Colby's being educated as we speak.
I'm learning.
He's
learning
learning.
some shit.
Dumb brain can still hold information.
Joseph Smith, magician, seer, prophet, revelator, president-elect.
Whore.
So what do we think about him, guys? You first, Jacob the Mormon.
You know,
he's your...
he is my man.
He's your boy.
He is my boy. The reason my family came to the Americas, Joseph Smith Jr. So, a lot of scandal in this man's life, constantly bankrupt.
Poor.
Lawsuits with people he was going to find buried silver on their property, the Indians,
And he didn't. No.
Came up short a few times, womp womp, for sure.
Got sued for it and put in jail for not finding anything.
Definitely
For
did.
lying. Sorry, go ahead.
No, for sure. I don't know. He's a very interesting character, a very charismatic, true,
Very handsome fella.
very handsome, very American, very, I don't know, just a true American character. I mean, if you guys don't know that much about him, aside from the multiple wives and things like that, and you should look into him. He's an interesting cat. I don't know what to really say.
So, well, here's my piece. I'll make it quick, short. Joseph Smith Jr., he was taught the seer stone method by a lady who successfully had an occupation of finding gold for people using the seer stone method. So he didn't invent it.
No, sure.
Angel didn't tell him. He was taught by some strange, mysterious gypsy woman. Emily Rose, Emily Brown, it's something like that. Type it in. It slips my mind. I'm retarded. But if you really want to ask me, whatever happened to her? Where's her church? Because if anything, she might be the true prophet out there.
It's a good point.
No,
I like it.
Yeah.
I admire Joseph Smith because, like any person who's going to found a religion, it's almost entrepreneurial that you do it, and it's for a slight power grab. It's for that little, I don't know.
Jacob's getting red in the face.
Warm feeling in your pants that you get when you start a religion, and I admire him for that because, Jim Jones, L. Ron Hubbard, maybe he'll come up out of the jar here soon, but you got to admire the guy. He fooled, he created a quintessentially American religion. There is no
the only true American religion.
There's nothing that competes with it besides maybe L. Ron Hubbard's.
No, sure.
But besides the point, it's impressive. He's perverted and basically obstructed certain historical facts, that your average Mormon, it's inherent in their beliefs that the Lamanites,
they're part.
They're
the American Indian.
The lost tribe of Israel is what the American Indian is.
Indians are Jews, man.
Indians are Jews.
Scientists have proved there is no genetic connection whatsoever to the Israeli.
Yeah, but
absolutely.
And the Native American.
But that's from the Asian migration theory. And news evidence would tell you.
Whatever you got to tell yourself,
Europeans
dude. Whatever you got to tell yourself.
Europeans were the Americans before the Asians were,
But the almond-shaped eyes and it's genetically proven that
there is no established genetic line.
Well,
at
and it's
all.
genetically proven also that the American Indian did descend from, Western Asia. I mean, I don't know where the division line comes, but from Western Asia into the Americas via the land bridge, via whatever it was, boats, whatever it was. That's pretty much genetically proven that the Native American did descend from, Asia.
But not the lost tribe of Israel.
No, it's
because there's a bunch of these Native American Jews, right?
And they're being proven to be fraudulent clowns.
They're frauds. Yeah.
And
L'chaim.
Do you have any piece on Joseph Smith there, our fine guest?
You grew up in a pretty Joseph Smith Jr. establishment,
Yeah, I actually, the furthest east I ever went back as a child was to go see all the Nauvoo establishments.
Yeah.
Is that pretty cool? I want to do that, even though, I'm mixed feelings about it.
I was pretty young, and it was definitely not the highlight of my life, unfortunately.
Well put.
I think it was a good movement that they had, and honestly, I had someone bring on these theories to me the other day that actually supported Joseph Smith, and I actually support myself. And it's the whole idea of kind of what the Occupy is doing, and the idea they had of wards, which was actually, if you look at the Mormon Church and how they break down what once a ward gets too big, they break down and do another one. The whole idea is to not let one area build up too big and let a government get too big, and
it's kind of like
community smaller and more intimate, which is a really good idea. However, I don't.
It all comes down to the Roman hierarchy, though. Like, no matter what prophet says, like.
Of course, and if they could keep that theory without the hierarchy, without that, I think it would be a good idea. Joseph Smith himself, on another hand, too, I've been participating in a kind of a vegan lifestyle recently, and doing a lot of research on individuals who participated in that in their lifetime as well, which included like Einstein and a lot of other individuals, surprisingly, including supposedly Joseph Smith and a lot of the people from a religion. And if you look at actually I forget what part of the Doctrine and Covenants I believe it is, but
86
that talks about the values of Mormons, what they eat.
Yeah,
and stuff
it's in the Word of Wisdom.
The Word of Wisdom, that's what I'm looking for.
Meat's
actually
only supposed to be.
Someone really pointed it out to me, which I've read before, but they really pointed out how it specifically talks about a vegetarian slash not quite vegan, but definitely a vegetarian lifestyle.
Dude, this is awesome. I'm glad we're talking about
lifestyle.
You hierarchs in the church and running the state of Utah, message to you fucks, man. You guys drive me crazy. In the Word of Wisdom, it says meat only in times of cold
winter famine.
And it also tells you can brew beer, but cheeseburgers don't keep you out of the temple.
It actually talks more highly of alcohol.
Look forward to Section 89.
Talks a lot more highly of alcohol and barley and brewing
for mild drinks
over meat. Much more highly.
Use hops for mild drinks, dude. It says that in the Word of Wisdom. Me, Jacob, and I. We researched that
drives
shit
me
together.
up the wall, man.
So that was an interesting subject that I've been uncovered to over the last several months, in which I, actually softened my heart a little bit to the whole Mormonism religion, and it's like, if people could really understand their own teachings a little bit more and take it, some of these religions could be excellent. I mean, it's just like even the Muslims have such a bad name, but their religion is beautiful when it's broken down to its key elements and the original basis of each religion. They're all so similar too. And as you guys were just talking about the lost tribe of Israel and the other tribes, it all comes down to that. If you even look at the theories of evolution and science and religion, when it comes down to their base theories, they're really all the same thing. If you really get down into all of it, and that almost comes back to this theory that's going around of what makes up an atom, basically, which is the flower of life and the ever-evolving flow and oneness of everything. And it's actually kind of the key that they found, which connects science and religion and evolution all together. It's a symbol, and when broken into a three-dimensional form, is actually this connection that they're starting to find in every form of life, from the energy field around humans to the energy field around Earth to the energy shape and the way that oranges and flowers bloom and grow. And it's just really interesting.
It's pretty spiritual stuff.
If you see, if a lot of these religions could break down more and it don't get so complex and don't have the hierarchy, as you're saying, they're very beautiful.
And don't have
things,
the lies and
them,
don't have the slavery, the statutes of slavery and of persecution. And, well, you know, anyway. But I have 3 words.
I got a little one here. Can I just read something? Smith once finished preaching a sermon on the word of wisdom and immediately afterward rode through the streets smoking a cigar.
It's my man.
It's a classic.
And I believe the original word of wisdom, at least in early church history, they didn't speak negatively of tobacco use. If that was in that time period.
Oh, that's a beautiful plant.
They should not. Word of wisdom repeatedly emphasizes the importance of eating meat sparingly, teaching the church members should refrain from eating meat except in cases of dire necessity.
Wow.
It should be seen in light of Joseph Smith's teaching that animals have spirits.
There's
Eating pork was a more serious breach of
the son of a bitch. He's got some knowledge.
3 half-smoked cigarettes for the night.
Hey, Rick, I think you earned yourself a draw out of the mason jar with that.
Really? Well, I just have last 3 words before we draw. 3 words. Facsimiles of Abraham. It is the absolute. They're pictures within the Book of Mormon that absolutely prove that Joseph Smith was a fraud. He was a lie. He was a coward. He was a very imaginative, smart, capitalistic human being. Great American. But the Mormon religion is not true, and you can see by the facsimiles of Abraham. Do your research, kids. It's fucking pretty awesome shit.
Well, on that same note, I don't believe any religion is true.
That's the magic phrase of the week. I don't believe
Rick earned himself 3 half-smoked cigarettes and a draw out of the
Can I take
mason jar.
Can I take one of the 3 half-smoked?
It's your lucky day, Rick.
Can I combine 2 half-smokes into one full?
Stick your stinky fingers in that jar and draw one there, Chief.
What's the topic?
Quit skulking around, too, you're weirding me out.
Ooh, Al Gore.
Oh,
Member
boy.
pig.
Oh, boy.
Jenny Craig.
I think Al
I'm not
Gore,
excited about Al Gore. He's boring.
No, there's some things. Go ahead, Colby.
You are hearing me talk.
For sure, dude.
Awesome.
Al Gore, it's hard to say. It's funny. He's kind of like he was the machine's Barack Obama during that 2000 Bush election. I don't know why the Supreme Court and the machine decided that Bush would fit better, because having the 9/11 attacks happen under Gore, we probably would have undertaken probably very similar action. Al Gore is a fraud, and he's kind of a joke. And
capitalist Jay Smith and him have a lot in common, dude.
Well, Al Gore, yeah, he's a very capitalistic man, and I mean, there's not much to admire. He did serve in Vietnam, and I mean, I guess if you got children's blood on your hands, you have a right to speak about national defense, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Al Gore's kind of a turd.
Dude. It's just like he can tell me, that I need to pay my taxes to save planet Earth, and he can heat 9 homes. You know what I mean? Keep 9 homes ready for him while he jet sets around the country.
Member pig.
And it's it's a scheme.
His money, he keeps us going. He's providing jobs to those illegal immigrant housekeepers in those 9 well-heated mansions.
It's hard to talk about Al Gore without talking about global warming, and this is my piece on global warming and all the research, the endless hours of research that I've done on it. It is proven, all right, and even Christopher Hitchens, he even touches on this in some of his YouTube videos. But
he's my gay British counterpart. I love him.
But just died.
Yeah.
Well, the sun,
before
if there is a God, before it or he or she ever created us, like in all galaxies, the sun it's always been expanding before we were ever here. Before the first microbial
mass and it's expanding.
Exactly, and it'll turn into a black hole. We've seen it. We can watch one.
No, sure.
Yeah, NASA or whatever telescopes. But the Earth is because of this expanding sun, the Earth, like all planets within its orbit, will naturally heat up. The sun, as we all know, is a hot motherfucker. So, as it expands, it gets hotter, and it'll eventually burn everything in its path. So Earth will naturally heat up no matter what we fucking do. There's no way we can cool it down. We can all be recycles. We can all recycle. We can all stop using cars. We can all stop doing that. That will not stop. In 1.4 billion years, regardless of our human intervention, the Earth will be uninhabitable because it will be so fucking hot at that point, regardless of our presence here, because the Earth and the sun expands and it heats everything up. So I have a hard time. No. Al Gore says it's all humans, and he wants to tax us because of the carbon tax. Look into it, Hillary Clinton. You're a reptilian fucking bitch. You're on our watch list. Fuck you.
Yeah, for real.
Anyway,
you're on watch.
You're on watch. The C.N.E. team is watching you.
They
shit in your pants.
They almost pitch it as this this new religion where they're just replacing Christ and whoever with Earth. You know,
and the universe, and
and it's
ancient shit reoccurring, dude. It's history repeating itself.
You know, I could almost get behind the movement if they would make it about your posterity and your ancestry and the well-being of humans. But it's always this thing that, you know, Mother Earth needs our help, that she can't make it, that
we
we're
need
killing
her help.
Well,
and the bottom line is we have more to fear from the Earth than she ever needs fear from us. She's wiped out 99% of the species that have ever existed, and it's a fight. You know what I mean?
in the last 10 years of war, how many Americans have died?
Only a
5,000?
No, it's probably about 8,000.
Okay, well, in one weekend, how many died in Japan during the tsunami and earthquake?
Well, 250,000 people died in the tsunami.
That wasn't a war.
2004, yeah.
That was Mother Earth saying, "Well, fuck you. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's go."
I mean, I'm sure Galvich
agrees a lot to say
a degree. I don't support Al Gore. I don't support the global warming movement, other than the fact that it's almost discrediting. The only reason I might even have a slight sympathy, and I don't, is because the opposers of the global warming movement act like God's coming back in a handful of years anyways, so why don't we dump nuclear waste in the
Jesus
ocean?
Gave me that
extremes.
So there are those two extremes. So I almost hang in the balance as far as I do believe that we shouldn't be polluting because we have to drink this water, and like you said, 1.4 billion years. That's
We're
a long
dead
time.
Anyway. We're fucking dead.
Yeah, but that's a long time, and I'm saying I want there to be fresh water to drink and good clean air to breathe in 1.4.
Agreed. And for your ancestry, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
you want your children's children
having our
a
love for humanity, and so it is a selfish thing, and that's where Al Gore separates it. It is a monetary thing. I'm selfish in that I want humanity to prevail with intelligence, with well-being, health-wise, as far as drinking clean water, being intelligent about the food they eat, all this stuff. We don't, you know what I mean? The ocean, they tell you after the Fukushima catastrophe that now we can't eat bay shrimp. Even in the San Francisco Bay, those crabs and lobsters or the crabs anyways, and the shrimp are fucking poison, and if you shouldn't eat them more than once a week or something, and even then you're running a risk of you're eating radiation, you know what I mean? And so that's my piece on it anyways, is I don't support Al Gore, but
Tyler,
on that?
Do you
You know, like we said before, with political figures, I don't endorse anyone whatsoever. I mean, if people want to stand up and do good things for humankind and the environment, then all the power to them. But as far as Al Gore goes, I don't endorse him. If he wants to try and change things for the good, then right on. And I think him bringing awareness to the environment is very good. However, trying to make money off of it, I think, is horrible as well.
Disingenuine, dude.
And as far as socialism goes with taking care of the environment or taxing, I believe there should be taxes on taking care of our environment. And I believe if that's something that can slow down even this inevitable process of us not being able to inhabit Earth, I think if we can do anything, that's our responsibility. Just like if you find out you have a sickness, all of a sudden you're going to take other supplements and and start taking care of your body as well. We found out that that we're killing our planet and that we should take extreme measures to make any waste whatsoever. We're already consuming enough things. We're drilling holes all over. amplitude or the the amount of damage that we're doing to the Earth compared to how big it is in the way that she can recreate things is nothing whatsoever. But I think it's a human just responsibility of when you're alive to take care of yourself, to take care of your family, to take care of your planet. And
well
I think that's
put.
just a
Amen.
responsibility.
Amen.
And it shouldn't be based on socialism or scaredness or fear of the environment dying. It should just be a
natural responsibility.
No, sure.
Yeah.
I just have to take offense with the term killing the planet. We're poisoning ourselves. We're
exactly.
not.
Yes. No, I agree.
The
with
planet
that.
will never die unless when the sun takes it over and we're dead anyway. But she's survived dinosaurs and the whole nine.
The meteors, nuclear
Those dinosaurs,
weapons,
they
not a
dump
fucking
nuclear
problem.
waste all over the place.
Anyway, let's
move on to
the
next topic.
Who's drawn?
We got Colby. I think Colby's on.
Or does Rick?
Drunkle Colby.
No, Rick.
Oh, he just drew.
Yeah, Rick the engineer.
Al, he got Al.
I didn't get to say anything about Al.
cigarettes and a draw.
I didn't get to say anything about.
Do you know who Al Gore is?
Well,
say your piece, Rick.
Rick was jerking off in the
I saw him on.
Rick.
Saw him on South Park.
Rick.
Man,
Fuck
Bear Pig.
you.
Yeah, hey.
This is kind of a funny topic. It's interesting enough.
What is
For
it?
those of you that don't know, the topic is Wendover, Utah / Nevada.
I love Wendover.
But for those of you who don't know,
love-hate.
on the border
Never
of
been.
Utah and Nevada, central Utah, central Nevada, right on the border, there's a town called Wendover, and on the Utah side, gambling is illegal. Strong drink on Sunday, things like that they are illegal. And on the other side, the Nevada side, there is casinos and strong drink on Sunday,
Strip
strong
clubs.
drink all night, every night, fully nude strip clubs, everything.
Later.
And you just take a drive by Wendover.
Jaywalking.
You know, especially if you're coming from the East Coast heading toward the great and glorious Burning Man Festival every year. You'll pass by Wendover. Have a look at the Utah side and have a look at the Nevada side, and you will see. Maybe it's false prosperity, but you look at the Utah side and it's desperate and sad and fucked up.
Desolate.
And the other side is like some big perverted Disneyland with
New Sodom.
roadside casinos and strip joints and all that business. But look at the desperation in comparison. On the Utah side, it's floundering. It's in trouble. And on the Nevada side, I'm sure it's in trouble as well. Nevada ain't doing so well. But, yeah, that's my piece.
Well, I've never been to Wendover on a gambling type of status.
You're missing out.
I know I'm missing out. I want to go. I want to do the
We're
party
doing Party
bus
Bus
thing.
next month.
Yeah, we're doing party bus.
Citizen Noise Exchange. We'll do it
We're
live
gonna
from
be-
the casino.
Yeah, drunk and on the streets. We're gonna be hitting that
Dump
shit
on
up.
your radio equipment before you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, I've never been, and
Fun,
I've never been to Vegas. I've never had any real adult fun other than the privacy of my own
The
home.
Great and Glorious Burning Man
Yeah,
Festival
yeah,
in
but that's
2008.
what I was gonna say is that I cruised through Wendover, going to the Great and Glorious Burning Man, which it is, and that's can't comment. I mean, why don't you guys educate me?
Well, there was this one time I was with Rick in
This
Wendover.
one time.
We were at a bachelor party.
Always.
Jacob got bent over in Wendover, lost $300, which I didn't have.
You woke up though, and we woke up at 7. We drank bad coffee, and you gambled for like 2.5 hours.
Sober. as
Shut
a
up,
judge.
Rick.
And you-
Fuck.
But I ran into Tyler out there. He was out catching a Merle Haggard concert, and he was in the casino, and so he frequents Wendover. I wonder, what his kind of opinion is on it.
Yeah, Tyler.
He says.
I love seeing Merle Haggard there. I hate coming back with my pants off.
Hung over with your pants off. All right,
So-
but Wendover's a shithole.
It is.
I'm just saying that.
They run on Utah time, even though they're in the Nevada time zone. It's because where all their clientele comes from.
Really? Because the time
Ah.
change doesn't happen until around Battle Mountain.
Yep, that's east.
Yes.
I mean, west of
totally.
Wendover, right?
West of Wendover. But
Yeah.
it's a
The
good...
time changes right about your last $5.
Yeah. Fuck, I gotta get home.
So that was last pieces. Any last thing?
Yeah,
Mandalay
Are
Bay.
we done drawing from the jar? You done?
Bert, he's the
Yeah.
best blackjack dealer in Mandalay Bay.
Bert.
He'll help you out if you're a noob. So,
Sweet.
hit it up.
If you lost $300, I probably won't be going to Bert, some guy in
Well, it's
Wendover.
blackjack.
Yeah, I'll
It's
help
hard
you
to
out.
win.
Just
I'll-
put money there.
I'm playing craps. I'm playing roulette, dude. That's where I do the best, at least on my
Rock, paper,
on my
scissors.
Laptop.
interwebs.
All right,
Rock, paper,
so
scissors,
so
and
what?
flip the coin.
That's wrapping up topic roulette.
Gaston, we got one more topic left.
Oh,
All
do
right.
we? Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, Gaston hasn't.
Are you drunk?
Dude.
Jake is.
Hey, no more questions, Rick. Jesus.
Yeah, Rick, put your porn
Fuck,
and
you
your
got
liquor
your
away.
cigarettes. I don't even know why he's still here.
I
What
don't
the
like that
fuck?
shit.
Oh, Jacob. Oh, boy. Atlantis is this topic
Ooh.
out of the moonshine jar.
Here we go.
Oh, it's gonna.
I think
make
it's
some
underneath
noise.
the North Pole. The end.
Hollow Earth.
So, what do you think about Atlantis, Jacob?
There's just there's is it Plato or
No, it was Plato.
was it Plato?
In the
What, the 2nd century or
no,
before?
what book did he mention it in? It was the fuck. Rick, find out some information for God's sake.
Rick's bringing up some information. Don't mind the laptop noises.
Fuck him. Anyway.
I don't know. I just it's a story of a utopia that was destroyed.
By some, what was it, a meteorite? Got covered in water.
It was an earthquake.
Yeah.
Some tsunami
A lot
shit.
of people will tell you Atlantis was destroyed at the same time of Noah. You know what I mean? Saved the Jews and killed the heathen.
The filthy.
Yeah.
Founded by aliens.
I don't know. I think all utopian stories are
I've
just
heard
a
that.
mechanism to
You guys want the brief history?
keep
First
the
paragraph?
masses in a dream state and keep building
Give him,
towards
give
something
him this one
that
up here.
is ultimately unachievable.
What's the what is brief history?
According to Plato, Atlantis is a naval power lying in the front of the Pillars of Hercules. It conquered many parts of Western Europe and Africa 9,000 years before the time of Solon.
Whoever that
Salon.
is, or whatever that is.
9600 BC.
Yeah. Atlantis sank into
That's
the
around
ocean
the
for
same-
people being bad, essentially.
Oh.
Misfortune.
So God smiting the wicked.
Yep.
He
Sodom
does
and
that
Gomorrah.
now and again.
Doesn't mention aliens.
But there's interesting concepts. I've read a lot. Most of it's kind of hokey and strange. I don't really have much of an opinion on it. I'm into the ancient astronaut theories and into ancient unknown history of the world. But yeah, who the fuck knows?
Real history.
Just remember, I'm sure you guys were taught about Christopher Columbus in your
Elementary school and since the day you were born.
That greaseball.
Italian
fucking
guapo
greaseball.
motherfucker him.
All right.
They
Guapo.
they beat ideas that aren't necessarily true.
Thought he was
into you.
Portuguese.
Shut up.
I heard this crazy theory once. It's in a book, in a very subversive, strange, fringe anthropology book. It's called Quest of the Pyramid Builders, and it's
Origin of Species.
and it's about keep your fucking flaky, crispy Mitt Romney shit to yourself. Anyways, Quest of the Pyramid Builders. It's about.
Sounds legit.
It's this totally. It's this theory that when Atlantis sank, there was this ancient belief system and these ancient priests that when it sank they set sail to the four corners of the earth and they spread this technology and architecture and whatnot. That's why there are pyramids on all basically all continents almost. And whatever, it's fringe science, fringe anthropology.
That's weird.
Yeah. But that when it sunk, these priests let it sink, and then they all scattered to the four corners of the earth, and that's why we have pyramids in Egypt, Asia, Africa, Europe,
Different
United
religions.
States, or North America, South America. But whatever.
How'd they build those things?
No one knows, bro.
Nobody's got a goddamn idea. But
You got any comments on the Atlantis there, Tyler?
Is that like an amusement park now or something?
It's a casino.
there's showgirls.
It's ancient.
Yeah,
No one knows about it no more, man.
Say those Atlantis girls are looking good.
Yeah, they got 3 titties.
Mermen.
Third eyes in their buttholes, I heard. I once heard. Anyway, so that's topic roulette.
We want to thank Thomas Solgas again. Thomas Solgas. Apologize.
Thomas
Thompson.
Solgas.
Yeah, Tim Thompson, he was a guest. Thank him.
Back in.
Edit this out,
Back in
bitch.
an odd 11. Right.
Will do. And so we're going to do Drunken Events now, which is the segment, the very popular, the very glorious segment where Colby Tapp attempts to get as intoxicated as possible so he may fill us in on current events or drunken events with Colby Tapp.